Hey, what's up guys? This is Anthony from Anthony's Customs, and for this review, we are looking at a really old figure. This is DOMON KASSHU from G Gundam, made by SH Figuarts. This is one of their earlier figures, and it kind of shows, but the figure also holds up pretty well. It's still, it's a pretty basic design, so it doesn't take much for it to still look good. But it's a nice example of how Figuarts kind of started to revolutionize action figures. It's got really solid articulation and a bunch of accessories. So I thought it'd be fun to finally look at it. I finally got it in my collection, so I thought let's go ahead and get a review done. So that's what we're going to do. So let's go ahead and get him off the stand and take a closer look. This guy stands just about 5 3/4 inches tall, which makes him just about 14.5 centimeters. And as you can see, he's mostly just a solid black, plain old body with a couple little add-on pieces here and there. But that's what he's supposed to look like, so I'm okay with that. Yes, I am still upset that we are not apparently going to get the street clothes version, but this will have to do for my G Gundam collection. Paint-wise, pretty basic. The red thing in the center, that's pretty much it. The paint on the face is fairly basic, but it's meant to look like an anime, so it's pretty well done. That's it for the paint. The sculpt is also fairly basic. There's a little bit of detailing in the chest here and around the circle. Otherwise, again, plain old base body with a few little details here and there. The hair is pretty well detailed. Pretty well sculpted to match the original artwork, so that's okay. As far as accessories go, we do have kind of a lot. We have the translucent red fireball thingy, we have the translucent green sword thingy, we have the translucent green wraparound thingy, and they're all very nicely saturated, nice clear plastic, very well executed. We have 3 different faces. We have the kind of smirky face that comes on him in the package, we have one where his eyes are closed, and then one where he's yelling. Yes, the yelling one looks a little bit weird, but it's not that bad. It's pretty much how it's drawn. As far as the hands go, we have 2 fist hands, 2 gripping hands, 2 karate chop hands, 2 open hands, 1 style pose with the finger coming out, 1 style pose with the logo on the top of the hand, 1 style pose where he's doing a Naruto Juju thing, and then we have 1 set of red glowing hands, 1 set of green glowing hands. Lots and lots of hands, so that's kind of awesome. We don't often see that anymore. And then we do, of course, also have his display stand, which is kind of unique to him, and that's kind of cool, though it is all gray and kind of ugly. I wish the upright was clear. I don't remember he was not connected to a gantry of any sort, so I don't know why that's there. But whatever, it's still kind of a cool accessory. And if you want to count it, you can count this too if you know English. But this pretty much going to just stay on the figure, so that doesn't really count. All right, as far as articulation goes, the head, double ball peg, good old double ball peg. Fairly large balls on the peg, which mean fairly good range, no problem at all. The neck is also on a ball peg, so you will not have any trouble posing the head. This is why I say double ball pegs are so good. It's so much easier to pose, and it's functional. It's so good, it's nice. These shoulder pads just tab on, kind of like the Dragon Ball figures, so they just have a little peg in the back, and they go in the back of the shoulder. They pop off relatively easily, that's to prevent breakage, so that's nice. The arm is connected on just a big old ball peg, basically like your standard SH Figuarts, so the whole arm moves around, then we have a ball hinge to raise it. You can raise the arm better than horizontal, so that's nice. Of course, we have full rotation. You do have your bicep swivel, double jointed elbow, which gives you really good range, and it's not ugly. Very nicely executed. And then for the wrists, we have a little tiny ball hinge. Pretty much standard SH Figuarts engineering. For the torso, single ball peg up here, single ball peg down here. Really good range. No problem at all. Again, this is why I always advocate for this type of range. It's way easier to make, and it's more functional and better looking than an ab crunch for a Marvel Legends. Really good range. Really functional. No problems at all. That's very nice. Now for the hips, it's a lot like the Kamen Rider, or kind of like the new Dragon Ball figures where there's a hinge that goes out to the side, which gives him basically full splits. That's kind of awesome. And then there's a swivel that brings the leg forward. Now there's no drop down or anything, or no loose pieces, so the range going forward is somewhat limited. It's not quite perfectly horizontal, but it's still pretty good. And it does go back a little bit too, so that's pretty nice. You do have your thigh swivel in there. Double jointed knee, which works perfectly well, and it looks good. And then for the ankle, it's a ball peg. Could be a little bit tighter, but functionally it goes really nice all the way down to the side, forward and back. Back's better than forward, but it's not bad. And then you get a toe hinge. So that's nice. And then if you didn't notice earlier, these guys are on ball pegs too. Or at least is it just that one? Nope, both of them. Not the top one, just the middle one and the back one. I haven't handled this guy in a long time. So yeah, it's a fairly basic figure, but it definitely accomplishes what it's set out to accomplish, and it looks good. It's fun to pose, no real issues. I like it a whole bunch. If you can track one down, you should definitely get it. This guy is on a ball peg, by the way, but it doesn't give you that much range, and when you try to rotate it, it kind of wants to fight you. So be careful. You don't want to rip it off, but it can be posed. So that's pretty good. So yeah, I definitely recommend this figure. If you don't have one yet and you like G Gundam, which why would you not like G Gundam? It's great. It's fun. It's not a political drama like some of the other ones, but it's a fun show. Anyway, yeah, I definitely recommend this. I really enjoy this figure, and it is getting harder to come by, so you probably want to pick one up before they get even harder to come by. So there it is, guys. Thanks for watching. If you liked the video, please give it a thumbs up. That helps me out a whole bunch. You could also probably subscribe. That also helps out, and I do have new videos up every single day. More or less. Every once in a while I don't, but almost every single day. Action figures, movies, TV shows, video games. We talk about everything here, except for all that non-fun stuff like politics and that kind of thing. That's always not included, but everything else, you'll find it here. So consider subscribing, and in the meantime, keep collecting.